So in the previous video, I talked about you being able to, a quick recap of you being able to individuate from the situations, events, people, whatever circumstances that drowned you emotionally and spiritually, to the point like you lost focus or you lost sight on certain things that make you feel regretful and resentful right now. Because I feel like you are feeling like this, sitting down, really thinking, okay, this is where I am now, what can I do? So that's why in the previous video I also highlighted that the importance of you being able to introspect, because self-introspection has been part of my life and it's so integrated in my life that I have books and books and books of books, like books and books of the same thing that I share with you, just in written form. Okay. And because like I've done this so many times, it's I find it challenging to make it simpler for beginners, so you won't feel like you're just a beginner, you still have a lot to learn. And I don't want you to feel like negative towards it. I want you to feel the other way around, to like excited and curious about this journey, because what I'm about to teach you is complex. Because self is so complex to the point like it's very hard, it's challenging to articulate it in a way that you can understand it. So that's why in the previous video I asked you to have some self-introspection and being completely aware and be honest with yourself, because this is important. Because right now, like once you're aware of your weaknesses and the patterns and all that, and if you have an outline or if you have written anything and whatever, and it's giving you some idea of how you actually work on things, how you actually move daily, how you actually decide on difficult things and the lighter things, the differences between you when you're stressed and when you're happy, the behaviors that you're not completely aware of but subconsciously aware of. These things are important, because if you use the stars as our guide to us as we navigate life's uncertainties, the heavens will give you codes. The heavens will not care about your feelings. Okay, so like people pray for mercy, God's mercy, but the gods don't really care about emotions, because they only care about the truth. So what does that mean to you then, as a human being with emotions? You become the mediator between the heavens and the earth. Okay, so that's why we as human beings, we are considered the stewards of the earth. We are supposed to take care of Mother Gaia, but we're destroying it. So setting that aside, because this is like yeah, because this is very like, studying self is such a highly complex subject that we are propelled. I'm really stuttering with my words right now, because really, just so you know, these concepts are in my head, okay, and the sun is shining directly at me. It's like it's burning. Oh, it's like I have this concept and I'm trying to pick some folders where I could pick a page so you can understand it, okay? So bear with me. And because the gods don't care, yes. So because the heavens don't really care about how you feel, then it's your responsibility to regulate your emotions, to make sure that you, as the vessel of this soul, will be able to manifest your soul's true purpose on earth. That's why you're here. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So it's like, if you feel like you're in the wrong department, if you feel like you're in the wrong classroom right now, this is a call that there's something missing. There's something that makes you want to do something else, but you're not really in tune with it. You don't know what it is. You don't know because there's a block. Okay, and this block, this is like, you imagine you imagine that as a brick wall, and the brick wall between you and the possibilities. This brick wall was fortified for us, for like from the moment you were born, because it's like before you even have a conscious brain to decide on things, you already learned a lot of stuff from your parents, from your community, from your region's politics, to social, religious norms, cultural norms. So it's so fortified that you think that this is it. This is it. And because then because it's so strong and it's so like, this is the only thing that you see, when you feel something that feels right, it makes you feel guilty. It makes you feel like you don't find sense with what you're sensing. You ignore your senses, you ignore your intuition, you ignore your dreams, you ignore your visions, because you think that this brick wall is the only thing in life. This is the only thing that you saw for as long as how long you lived. Like, let's say 40 years, for 40 years, for 30 years, this is the only life that you saw. So you really believe that this is it, when it's not. But now that you feel like there's really something on the other side, then now you have this curiosity. And that curiosity is what sparks everything. Because I guess it was Einstein who said creativity sparks, and the curiosity sparks intelligence. Something like that. Like he talks about the curiosity. Like, this curiosity is really the seed of everything. Because the moment you're being curious about the other side, then you will slowly find ways to understand what it is on the other side. And just so you know, I was cynical before. I was not really a believer of whatever. But I hadn't recognized that all my life I have been into the woo-woo stuff. Okay, I've been in the mysteries and the esoterics, but I couldn't recognize it because I was programmed and trained to be apt to the normal life, to the normal civilized world where everyone has to work 9 to 5. Everyone will make a stable income job of a steady income, and I believe it was really ingrained in my psyche that I am supposed to do this, and to the point like I feel guilty for doing something else. And knowing that even if it feels right to me, and then the weird thing is, the more I follow what was taught, I have felt suicidal. I was suicidal when I was at the race. I couldn't understand like why I feel like dying inside when I should be happy, right? Because I was stable and all, but I couldn't. I was just succumbed to my darkness and all, not until I found this, the other side. And like the chance to knock on the door and open the door and see what's on the other side, instead of just watching the whole brick wall. And now I'm teaching these things to you just so you know, like, there is something on the other side, but it takes some courage from you to take a bold step. And the first thing is you being aware that you're there right now, wherever you are. If you feel dissatisfied, then it's time to ask yourself the very big question that you've been ignoring all this time. So to do that, like, I like you to look at your astrological chart. If you go to the website where I recommend, the link is somewhere there or in the description below. I like you to type in your birthday, and if you know your birth time and birthplace, please provide them. And I like you to look down to a section where it says elements. And in this box, you will see 4 elements in our system, okay? And these elements speak about what you truly, like, what makes you, okay? So 4 elements: fire, water, air, and earth. Okay. So now we're starting. Okay. So what's the essence of knowing this? Okay. So I bet all your life you believe that you are just your sun sign. Okay, you believe that you are your sun sign, but you are not aware of the elements that actually make up inside you. Okay, for example, in my case, I believe that I will be the Sagittarian, not really able to be serious about what my Scorpio wants, what my Scorpio Moon actually desired to do. And because my Sagittarian is a masculine sign, it's all about yang, action. And if I can't do any action, I'll be restless. I will go crazy if I can't move, okay? Or if I can't do anything, if I can't fix anything, if I can't be friends with anybody, if I can't be social, if I can't be able to speak the truth or be able to see and make some tangible effects on earth or in 3D reality, okay? And that was how I functioned. It was just about yang. And that made me this, like, melancholic person. Ironically, yes, because I didn't have the chance and space. I wasn't really giving myself the space, the same space that I'm asking you to do, the space for my yin to exercise and to show and manifest itself. My ability to receive, my ability to relax and chill, my ability to self-care, my ability to just pause and do nothing, or imagine, to daydream, to fantasize these things, the yin. And because of that, it was like imbalance. So when I went to this tool, the same tool that I recommend, it gave me that awareness that in my chart I actually have a lot of water. So I have a lot of water and I have a lot of air in me, rather than the earth and the fire. But it's like, for me, it's like an eye-opening for me, because it's like reconciling the fact that despite having a masculine sign or navigating life in a masculine way, because I was trained to be a man. Like, I didn't have Barbie dolls when I was a kid. I have trucks and guns and all. I was helping my father in his carpentry gigs. So I was exposed to the masculine side of things. So I was not really exposed to Barbie dolls and doll houses and all. So, and most of my high school, it was more like a leader. So I was like in a boot camp, military, and I got used to that military training. I got used to being a man. That's why I didn't really think that I would need a man, because I feel like a man. And now it's so ironic that in my 30s, towards my late 20s to 30s, it's like life forced me to recognize the water in me. So the water means like my emotions, how I feel about things, how I imagine, how I fantasize, how I receive, how I become, how I embody the feminine. Because all of us, including you, we both have masculine and feminine inside us. So our masculine is shown through our yang, our action, the way we do things, the way we manifest things, and the yin, which calls us to how we receive, how we pause, how we just let nature takes place and take a big role in the co-creation of something. Okay, and with that, it's like, allow me to show my magical board. So you'll better understand, okay, what I'm actually trying to say in a visual form. So, for example, yep, best intro. Yep, so imagine this is you, okay? And all of us, you and me, we both have the 4 elements. So that's why I like you to look at that part of your astrological chart where it says how much water is it, and fire and earth and whatever. So because all of us have air, okay, so that's air. And then we have earth, and we have fire and water. Okay, so if you're wondering what these are alchemical symbols. So this is the symbol used in alchemy, and that's what I use to like illustrate my, that's what I choose to like follow. And yeah, so again, this is air, this is water, this is fire, and this is earth. Okay, earth. And I can see there. So all of us have these energies flowing around us, or within us, I should say. So within us, we have all these elements working together, okay? So air is exercised when we receive information, how we deal with information, communication, ideas, fantasies from air. Okay, this also could symbolize the air signs, Libra, Aquarius, and what's the other air? Libra, Aquarius, and Libra, Aquarius, forgot. Gemini. And then we also have the fire, which stands for the way we take action, the way we manifest things in the tangible world, and like the action, fire. So and that's why with the sun signs or the zodiac signs, fire is like Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries. And if you notice, these people, Sagittarians, Leos, and Aries people, they tend to do more action, more masculine. And then the water, and then we have the earth. The earth is like you being able to, yeah, it's like same with the fire, but fire is more the action. The earth is the ability, your ability to create something from your imagination and being able to manifest it in a 3D world. So let's say painting, art, songwriting, script writing, or I don't know, like something that nobody has ever thought of, but you thought about it, but you being able to write it, make it so people can hear, because earth is concerned about what is heard, like what is real, okay, what is real and what is profitable. Like a Capricorn, like Capricorn, Virgo, and Taurus cares. Like they don't care about like the nonsensical. They just care about the logical things. And yeah, and then you also have the water signs like Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer, and like you notice how these people under the sun signs function. They're led by their emotions. Okay, so like again, you are not just your sun sign. You are not just your sun sign, and that's why like you are actually more complex than you think, because you believe all your life that you are your sun sign, but you actually can't you can't resonate fully to your sun sign. And because of that, like there's this question inside me. When I had the same question, I had that question inside me, what makes me so different than a Sagittarius? Because when I read horoscopes and all, I couldn't relate really with Sagittarius. The Sagittarius are really just so playful, but I'm not that playful. I'm too melancholic for Sagittarian. I'm too silent for Sagittarian. And the longer and the deeper I went into astrology and touching and deep diving with ancient knowledge like numerology, astrology, alchemy, and all, the more I understand that what I'm feeling all this time is like this is like the unrecognized, suppressed part of me that needs to be released and recognized in my conscious brain. So now it's like, if I, within myself, okay, this is self. Okay, this is self. This is you. All of us have air, fire, earth, and water, or others. Like, again, this is like your ability to think about things, like idea, and then you being able to take action, and your ability in what ways do you take action, and how well do you manifest. Are you suffering with self-doubt and fear, thinking like this will not work or whatever if you haven't even tried, or there some ideas that likes to come out but you can't exercise it because you're just you're fearful, you're not really stable enough to feel confident to release something or something like that. And because of your emotions, if your emotions are too drowned or too whatever, then there's really a problem of you not being able to manifest and take action to anything or goal or whatever it is that you have thought of. Do you understand so far? Okay, so that's why there's a need for you and me to find the balance. Okay, not just the sacred boundary between self and others, but also within yourself, you being able to be aware of how you actually move, decide, okay, how fast you can actually manifest something. For example, I'll give you a recent example. When I meditated yesterday, or in the past few days, like 2 days ago to be exact, I had a vision of a workbook. as as boring as it sounds, yeah, but it was like, okay, this journal will be about the lunar cycles and will teach people about how they actually move in cycles, because this is cycle, right? So that's my idea. And now, what actions can I take? So now it's like asking me, my brain, my conscious brain is now stepping aside. I've always been stepping aside because, well, the vision came from out of nowhere in the ether. Now my conscious brain is now, like, instead of saying, that's not going to work, or well, why should I do something like that, I'm already overwhelmed, overworked, or whatever. So instead of saying that, it was like, okay, so what can I do, like, without burning myself out? Okay, what can I do right now that makes me feel okay, makes me feel great and good? Okay, so now it's like me preparing for my earth, my ability to manifest. So in the next few hours later, the meditation, I made the draft. I made 100 pages of journal entries, of journal pages, I mean. So, but if I was suffering from self-doubt and fear, then maybe it would have taken me a week, or maybe a month, or maybe next week, or maybe next month, or maybe never. Do you understand? So how fast you can actually, any idea you have, any goal, whatever, how fast you can actually manifest it, make it a reality, depends on how balanced you are. How well do you know yourself? Actually, how well do you know yourself? So I hope that this resonated with you, and I hope that you got something from me today, because I really love you and I really care for you. So that's why, please take care of the vessel. Okay, take care of the vessel, and yeah, because that vessel belongs to that soul, and that soul belongs to that vessel. So yeah, I love you so much, and I care for you so much, so that I'm offering you my love, peace, and harmony with self and others. And I'll see you in the next one. Cheers!